Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Korudo here. I'm going to do my very first collection video. My very first system, the Nintendo Entertainment System. I got a lot to cover, so let's get started. Battletoads. Oh man, I have so many awesome memories from this game. Let's open this up. Oh. There we go. Okay. I would play Battletoads all the time with my mom, actually. We would play just to see as far as we can get. And at the time, I always think I was like 4 years old, maybe 5. But, yeah. And back then, I don't know, this game in particular was really hard. But back then, it didn't really matter how far you got. It was more just the journey. I wasn't so concerned about beating the game. In fact, if you could beat the game, it's quite an accomplishment. But, you know, it was more of just having a good time. And I have a lot of fond memories with that with my mom. Blaster Master. Now, I actually don't have much nostalgia for this one at all. I actually just picked it up recently. I saw it at a used game store for $2.50, and I heard good things about it, and I thought, why not? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I can't really say a whole lot about it because I didn't get very far, but I don't know. It's pretty cool. You ride around in the tank, and you can get out of the tank and just shoot. Yeah, I don't know. It's good. Contra. Come on, anybody who had an NES has played Contra, or at least has heard of it. Now, my brother and I would play this a lot. Back then, we didn't even know about the Konami code. We just used a Game Genie if we felt like it. But most of the time, we would just try to, you know, tough it out. And it'd be a miracle if I got to the 3rd level with him. But we would switch between this and Super C all the time. Good times. Dig Dug 2, Trouble in Paradise. Now, I would play this a lot when I would go and visit over at my dad's place. I'm not going to get into that. But, yeah. I never played the original Dig Dug on the Atari. In fact, back then, I wondered what was the original Dig Dug. But this is great. You just go around and you drill off parts of a landscape, kill monsters by pumping them full of air. Good times. Mega Man 2. Now, I gotta tell you, I am the biggest Mega Man fan I know, and the only person I could think of who is more of a fan of Mega Man than me is Rob Man from Happy Console Gamer. Seriously, that guy is really awesome. Anyway, you may notice this is not the original artwork as shown as on the cartridge here. Reason being, I actually printed this off from thecoverproject.net, and this was actually the remake cover on the Sony PlayStation for Rockman, I think Complete Works? No. Whatever. It was the remakes on the PlayStation. And I like that a lot better. And here's the original Japanese artwork, if you can see that. So that just appealed to me more than the lame box art with the 40-year-old man with a gun, which is not Mega Man at all. Mega Man 3. This is what first got me into Mega Man in the first place. I remember getting this at the local video game exchange. I believe that was the name of the place. And, yeah, I played this game to death. I always sucked at it, but I just had a lot of fond memories of playing through Snake Man stage, fighting Proto Man, using Rush to get over platforms. It was so awesome. Like, even to this day, this is one of my favorite games of all time. I'm not going to say on a top 10 or whatnot, but it's a lot of, it has a lot of nostalgia for me, not to mention I just find it to be very fun. It's even to this day. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Not Punch-Out with Mr. Dream. This game was just so much fun. Yet another one my brother introduced me to. And in fact, my uncle was very good at this game. Well, he would use the cheat code to get to the Mike Tyson Dream match. And he would never win, but he would always knock him down twice. And that just amazed me. Like, because when I tried it, I would just get knocked down first punch. No joke. Very hard game, very fun. Ninja Gaiden, the original. Ninja Gaiden was one of the games I rented a lot back in the day. I would rent this over and over, and again, I don't think I ever beat it, but I just had a lot of fun. I think I have more memories of Ninja Gaiden 3, but I haven't gotten around to getting that yet. Good game. Super C, better known as the sequel to Contra. Now, like I said earlier, Super C was a game that my brother and I played a lot. And in fact, this was my brother's. But I guess he just left it with me, or something. And I just remember it being a little bit different than Contra. Like, the first Contra, you had fields and just natural terrain, whereas this was more mechanical. I thought that was really cool. Music was good, too. Super Mario Brothers. What can I say about this that hasn't been said already? I'll do my best to tell you my memories. Way back in the day, this was the very first game I played, and I watched my brother and sister play this, and I was just so blown away. You got to keep in mind, back at that time, around 1990, 1991, I hadn't seen anything other than like those Tiger games, kind of like the Game & Watch series. So seeing this was just amazing. I really like the fire flowers and the invincibility stars and all that. And I didn't even know till years later that King Koopa would throw hammers like a Hammer Brother, because I never got that far. I guess I'm just better at games now. But yeah. Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. Yet another cover that I just wanted to put on here to make it look different than the original Super Mario Brothers. I also got this much later. I would say about a couple months ago. Now, I never owned this back as a kid, but I definitely played Duck Hunt a lot. That Duck Hunt dog was such a jerk. My gosh, you know? He'd laugh at you, and anybody who's played the game knows what I'm talking about. But, great game. Not much else I can say. Super Mario Brothers 3. Possibly the greatest 2D Mario of all time. People may debate this with Super Mario World, but this one just, I don't know. It had more magic for me. But, yeah, yet another memory. I remember when this came out, my babysitter, actually, you gotta keep in mind, I was like, I don't know, 4 and a half, something like, I don't even know. I was a little kid. My babysitter would bring this over and we would play it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a flying raccoon, that is awesome! And, yeah, I just had a lot of fun with this, a lot of nostalgia. I could never beat it, though. I actually had to beat it on the Wii Virtual Console because it's such a long game. And my NES would always crap out on me, or my young mind would want to do other things. Short attention span of a kid and all. Okay, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Oh, come on. Now this one, I actually had more memories in the arcade itself. I actually got a ton of quarters, and I would play with my little stool, little 5-year-old, up on a stool, and I actually beat the arcade game. And I wasn't used to it. People were impressed that this little kid was playing this game and doing so well, and I actually got a little nervous because I didn't expect people to gather around me. Before I knew it, there was a crowd. And something really funny, when I actually beat the arcade game, not this one per se, but it said game over. And back then, I only associated game over with, haha, you lose. So I actually cried. I'm like, it's not fair, I beat Shredder, you know? Now this one I had a lot of fun too, but it was having this game was highly influenced from playing in the arcade. That's for all the games, but before I got those Universal game cases, I actually carried it in this, let's see if I can zoom out, this thing. Now I used to have a little latch here that would snap in, but it would basically hold old NES games. And these are ones that I couldn't find box art for. And they weren't even really mine, so don't worry about it. But yeah, there's no way I could throw away something like this. It even has an official Nintendo logo. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. So anyway, that's my NES collection. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned.